Hello, good morning. My name is Peaches. Welcome to the Petal Place property and welcome again to my kitchen. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, I am looking forward to some breakfast, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and make breakfast. Yesterday, my hubby made breakfast, so I am making breakfast today, and I am pulling out an old recipe that I wrote for some pancakes. Now we have a griddle, but I will not be making the pancakes on the griddle. I am gonna make pancakes like I'm gonna make them in a pan, right? And so I'm gonna mix it up and put it in the oven to get done. So I'm just gonna go ahead now and gather my ingredients, and I will let you guys know everything I have in the pancakes and how I do it, just so that if you want to try, you can go ahead and try, right? So let's go around the kitchen and gather the ingredients. Okay. My little book I've been writing recipes in. So now that I have pooled all my ingredients together, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my dry ingredients to my bowl and my wet ingredients to my mason jar. So that's 1 egg. I think I'm going to double the recipe. Yeah, I'm going to double the recipe. So I'm going to use 2 eggs, and I'm adding the 2 eggs to the mason jar. Okay, no shells in there. I keep forgetting to put on my apron. So next is 1/4 cup maple syrup. It is going to be 1/4 and 1/4. That's a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. This is a 1 cup. So go. I'm also going to be making some fruit compote, berry compote, to eat the pancakes. Okay. And keep the rest of the eggs out because we're going to do some eggs too. 1/4 cup vegetable oil, which means that I'll do 1/2 cup vegetable oil. Okay. Okay, I need a pinch of salt. So just get a 1/4 teaspoon for a cup of pinch of salt. That's good. Half teaspoon ground cinnamon. So we'll do 1 teaspoon. Half a teaspoon baking soda. So we're going to put 1 teaspoon of baking soda. put it through this little strainer. I'm just putting it through this little strainer to make sure that there are no clumps in it. 1 teaspoon baking powder. So I'll use 2 teaspoons of baking powder because I'm doubling the recipe. My baking powder is almost done. Okay. And putting it through the strainer just to make sure that there are no clumps. Half cup plain yogurt. Okay, so I don't have plain yogurt. The last time we were at Costco, I didn't get the Greek yogurt that I usually buy, so I'm just going to use some regular yogurt. I'm going to go ahead and use two of these. And I'm putting the yogurt in with the wet ingredients. Half cup milk. So we'll do 1 cup of milk. Then I'm going to do half almond and half soy. Not everybody in the household drinks dairy milk, so I'm just using the grain milk. Some will say you can't get milk from almond or soy, but whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter, right? Beverage, maybe? Okay. 1/4 cup dark sugar. This is a 1/2 cup. And I'm not going to put a whole 1/2 cup. Cutting back on the sugar. There you go. 1/2 cup corn flour. And my corn flour here. I'm going to put a cup. I'm going to use a 1/2 and a 1/2. Yeah, it's just about enough. So we'll just empty it in there. 2 tablespoons ground flaxseed. It's a healthy pancake, guys. I ground my flax here because I don't like to have my seeds ground and put to sit, because you can add flax to taste or to whatever you want to add. I think I just added 2 tablespoons. I'm not going to double it. So all my wet ingredients have been added. Jadon! Let's get 2 cups of whole wheat flour. I am sifting my whole wheat flour. Oh, I can't go through the top, so I'll just use this. So I need 4 of these for 2 cups. Come. 2. Shake this for me, please. Vigorously. Okay, 2 more. my son is shaking the jar for me with all the wet ingredients. You shake it until the wet ingredients are fully combined in the jar. I'll just go ahead and finish sifting the flour. I have a very fine whole wheat flour here, so there's really nothing left over when I'm done sifting. And I'm gonna do away with all these. We have all our ingredients. All our dry ingredients are in the bowl here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending the dry and the wet ingredients. I'm gonna turn my oven to bake at 350 degrees. Okay, so we'll go ahead and combine the dry ingredients before we start adding the wet ingredients. I think my son did a pretty good job at blending all these ingredients, so all I have to do now is combine them. Okay. As I said before, we're just doing it on sheet pans. And then when we're done, we'll cut them into squares or whatever shape you want to cut them into. If you make your mixture and you think you want it to be looser, then you can always add more liquid to it. It smells good. Smells really good. Thanks, Jaden. Yeah, look at that. Just get a spatula. I pulled out one of my recipes, Jadon. My own recipe. I made that recipe. Look at that. It looks good, doesn't it? So it's well combined. I think what I'm gonna do now is put it down and wait for the oven to get to 350 while I move on to looking about some ripe plantains, because we're gonna have some ripe plantains also. Oh, another thing I need to do is put my fruits to start compoting. I'm gonna do a fruit compote, so yeah, I need to get that started. Cover this here. And then put a pinch of salt. 2 pinches. My pinch was pretty small. Okay, we'll do a little cinnamon. And I've added a little water to the maple syrup. I'm gonna get some fruits from the fridge. So I have some blueberries, frozen blueberries and frozen cranberries. I'm adding the cranberries just to add a bit of tartness instead of all sweet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let that boil down. And then towards the end, I'll thicken it. Just leave that right there. I'm gonna add some to make it a little looser. Yeah, I prefer this consistency to go on the sheet pan. If I was just gonna drop them, I could have gone with the other consistency, but I prefer this consistency because I'm gonna put them on the sheet pan. Check this out. Yeah, that's it. Now, okay. There we go. Set clock. Okay, timer. There we go. I set a timer for 15 minutes. The berries are getting pretty soft, but I want them to be really soft. I don't want to have round berries. I want them to be mostly smushed. So I'm going to let it keep boiling. And I'm going to go ahead and start doing these plantain. Let's leave that for now and see if that will be enough. Just the right amount of sweetness and tartness. That's good. A little flour in here. I'm going to put a little baking powder. Guess I'll just finish up the baking powder that's left. That's it. And a pinch of salt. I'm going to put the compote on the smaller burner because it's getting pretty thick. I don't think I need to put any thickener in there. I think it's good on its own. This looks rich and it looks good. Look at that. Wow. That is so good. I'm going to cover it and then turn it off. Okay, we have just over a minute left on the pancakes, and then we'll check them out. Yeah, rest it there, and I think I'm going to put some stuff away. I hear you. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, look at that, guys. That is good. That is so good. Wow, I'm going to check to see the doneness. Wow, look at that. Clean, clean, clean. Clean, clean, clean. Oh my goodness, that looks good. I'm going to switch them around. And this one is thinner than the other one. So they are so done. They are done. So I'm going to turn off the oven. There we go. And I'm going to leave them in there to keep warm. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm gonna have breakfast now, which is English muffin, egg, my plantain hash, and my pancake cake, which I made on a sheet pan with fruit compote. If you guys are interested in the recipes, just drop it in the comments and let me know. It's pretty easy to do, pretty simple. And I was told it tastes good, so that's a good thing. I did the recipe a while back, and I tucked it away. I haven't used it for a while, so I just pulled it out because last night my sons and I were talking about cooking from recipes, because we usually don't cook from recipes, right? Anyways, thanks again for being here. Please like, share, leave your comment, and subscribe. Remember now, dare to be different and follow your own star. I will see you in the next video.